Nice.
Are you ready? I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Are you ready? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm ready. David ready.
This evening, you are going to be talking about music therapy. Now, could you just explain a little bit about, what you've been doing? Because obviously, London 360, you guys report and you do a lot of journalism across this country pretty much. So please just tell us a little bit about, what you've got in store for us this evening.
Cool. Well, I went to find out a little bit more about what exactly music therapy was. And I wanted to see how it could be used as like a sort of healing process to combat mental illness, which is primarily the topic which I was looking into.
Yeah.
So I've visited different studios, like Nordoff Robinson Art Studios, to really gauge how the therapists were really communicating with their clients.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. And how easy or difficult was it, like, in terms of taking on this topic?
It was quite tough to begin with, because it's about like sort of availability, and you want to try and find a place to film the client.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was not always very easy. The clients were not always willing to be filmed because it's
very sensitive, isn't it?
Yeah. But I was lucky because one client was really like enthusiastic. He wanted to be filmed. And I was like more than happy to just film doing his stuff with the therapist.
And cool. Could you feel it working as well? I'm not sure. Did you get involved with the actual sessions, or were you sort of more bystander?
I was sort of bystander looking in, but like I was really sort of trying to engage with what he was like, what he was singing and stuff. So it was really interesting to see him really like convey his emotions and really get into it. It was really interesting.
Cool. So from your findings, what were you really surprised about?
I think it was the use of hip hop really, and how it's able, because normally when like music therapy is normally you think of classical music, you think of really natural ambient,
really calm, like meditation and
true. And I think like before when I approached this, I didn't really know that hip hop and beats and rap could really like be a form of soothing, really get you in a mindset that's really positive as well. I think essentially it's about the lyrics, and I think those lyrics, I think the message sometimes was really positive and got people really up in their mood. Really also reliable. The beats, like I think Sway was saying about how sound waves, like it's the sound waves that really, and the beat that people react to and find something deep within them.
Cool. All right, cool. Well, if you would like to introduce your radio package.
This is my radio package to do with music therapy. So I was looking at combating mental illness and how clients use music therapy to combat mental illness and other pressures they're dealing with, such as anger or depression. It can be a variety of things really. But that's what I was looking into, and some R&B artists, Neo, talking about, and UK rap artist Suede.
Cool.
As well, so it's really good.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, you guys heard it here. Once again, we are talking music therapy.
Whether you're someone who is experiencing a mental illness or going through a troubled period in your life, music has a way of connecting with you. Music is being used as therapy to help those struggling to express themselves, offering a spiritual outlet for the soul.
It was really interesting, and what was interesting was that when I was interviewing Martin, the client, he was talking about like how he had all this pent up anger that he was feeling, and I think when he listened to hip hop, when he listened to artists such as Biggie Smalls and Ransom, it really like brought something out and it released that anger that he was feeling. And I think he wanted, in participating with a music therapist, he wanted to really rap about the anger that he was feeling inside. He wanted to just convey that, release it through music.
The question that you came up with for our listeners with regards to music therapy was, in what ways does music encourage self-expression? Now,
we've got some good replies on this one.
Really, really good ones. Okay, so shout out to Yaslin. He says, But basically, it allows me to be honest about what's really, really truthful. Well, what's really, really truthfully going on. Kill
Nana XO.
Yeah. Do you have that one? Do you want to read that one?
Kill Nana XO.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a confession there, but she says music brings out underlying emotions that you never thought you had, and in a way, music makes you think about certain things differently. So kind of what Yashlin said.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
Yeah. And Big Bills 187 says music is probably the second form of self-expression we find ourselves dabbling in. I think it gives a lot of people the realization that anyone can be a poet or a lyricist, or at least on a personal level. I feel that music is also a universal inspiration to everyone, including artists in other forms such as literature and drawing.
Is he writing a thesis? I mean,
yeah.
I love when people get in touch so much, but I love that it's touched him as well to write that. But no, it's true. I think, when you're not being marked on something, you can sort of be yourself on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think literature and the arts, I mean, everyone has their own way of conveying like their own feelings, their own self-expression.
Definitely.
So I think what you said about like literature and drawing and that is really also what music is about. It's how people communicate.
Of course.
And some people like to communicate through music, and that's really where they can be themselves.
Definitely. This is UK Full Stop, playing the greatest to the latest in UK urban culture. Thursdays, 10 p.m. to midnight on West Side Radio.